Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you so much for stopping by and taking the chance to watch this video. As you've known, I've titled this video something along the lines of this: Facebook ads for beginners. I'm going to be doing a video for beginners, intermediate, and advanced Facebook advertisers. So if you're new to Facebook ads, watch this video through, and then obviously watch the intermediate, and then move over to the advanced section. If you already think you know the basics of Facebook ads, the kind of overview that I'll be going through in this, then you can just go ahead and skip this and go to the part that fits you the most. The advanced will be very in-depth. Some stuff I've learned from spending lots of money. I've spent over $100,000 now on Facebook ads in the course of like 4 months. And it's not all my money, but clients' money and stuff. So I do know what I'm doing. I've spent a lot of money and I've made a lot of money for businesses through Facebook ads. So this will definitely be informative and definitely help you guys a lot. So for beginners, there's some things you need to know. If you haven't started ads yet and you haven't actually run anything, you haven't collected any data, anything like that, this is where you'll want to start. You'll want to just basically either just go for like traffic ads. Honestly, I haven't run that many of these because when I've started working with companies and helping them with their ads, they already have data. So traffic ads, if you have no data, if you have some data, I would do conversion campaign. Okay, and I would start with view content. And with VC or view content, what I would look for off the bat is like link clicks of less than 50 cents. People usually say link clicks of less than $1. That's when you're getting into the purchase conversion. You'll look for the under $1 because these are people that are most likely going to buy whatever it is that you're offering. So you want to be doing VC campaigns. And once you've gotten like some initial traction, so let's say you got 40 to 50 sales, then you'll move over to add to cart. And this is, again, if you have no data or if you're working with a company that has no data, no past purchases, they're a completely new store, new to the online business, everything like that. Add to cart, you'll wait for about 100 purchases and then move over to initiate checkout campaign, or not campaigns, but ad sets that have the objective of initiate checkout. And then I would wait for like 250 to 300 purchases. And then from there, you can just go purchases full throttle. Okay. Now, how do you actually achieve these sales? Because when I first saw people explaining this to me, I was like, oh, 40 to 50 sales at this view content. If I'm selling something that's like $60, that's a lot of money, right? That's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of spend for the Facebook ads. Here's what I'd do is I would test interests where there's money spent. What do I mean by that? So if you're testing an interest that's like, what's a good example? I'm doing something in the camping niche right now, shoes that are meant for camping, and I'm targeting this interest. I think it's with a K. Let's just do this. I think it's called Camping World. Okay, and what this isn't just like people who are in a group and they talk about camping or something like that. This is actually where they're selling like RV gear and camping gear and stuff. This is actually just a website, another online website that's selling stuff that's in the same niche as these shoes that I'm promoting for a company are. So essentially there's money being spent on this interest. Most of the people that are in this interest like the page, and they only like the page because they've actually bought stuff from that company. So I would always make sure to test stuff where money is being made. Another example that makes sense is I run ads for a hockey clothing company. And interests that have worked for that hockey clothing company are other hockey clothing companies that I can target, such as like Gong Show gear or something, as opposed to, and that's like 100,000 people in that interest. Whereas if I was targeting all the people that like the National Hockey League, it would be really diluted, and that wouldn't be people who have actually purchased something that's relative to what it is that I'm offering in the ad. All right. And guys, this isn't really a video about drop shipping. That would be like a different topic, a different type of ad setup and stuff. What I would do if you are drop shipping, just to like, I don't know, get some value out of this video for a drop shipper, what I would do is I would do like a free plus shipping offer, and I would collect a lot of data through the ad that I'm running in like a view content campaign. And then I would just get a lot of sales on the pixel. And then I would take it from there, selling like $40, $50, $60 stuff after that. But I would initially start off with a product that's like $10 or less through free plus shipping, just so that you know what interests will work for you, and then collect the data, because the data is valuable. It's something that you can use in the future. It's people you can retarget and everything like that. So yeah, just collect the data first and foremost. So again, test interest where there's money spent. I wouldn't do things like don't do like NHL. There's not direct money spent here. Obviously, there's money spent in like tickets and stuff, but that's not like relative to the product. So make sure that it's relative to the product. What am I saying? Product. What's another thing I could always have links in your ad. In the text. So this is for Facebook. For Instagram, you can't have links, so don't do that. Another thing I would say is only run Instagram feed and Facebook feed placements. Do not do. Actually, I'm just going to get into little stuff that Facebook wants you to do that you shouldn't do. All right, on this slide, I'll get into those right now. Do not do. Let's title it that. I'll bold it for you too, so that you can really get the message across. Don't do. All right. Don't expand interests. You have to uncheck this. All right. Uncheck this always. Do not let Facebook steal your money. This is the way that they will just steal your money. Don't expand interests. Don't do automatic placements. Don't. What's another one? Oh, don't leave the budget as Facebook recommends. So they'll be like, spend $20 a day. Yeah, they'll usually say, we suggest $20 per day. Don't do this right off the bat. Instead, you should just do $5. $5 per day only to begin. Very important to begin. I work with some companies that have a monthly budget for ad spend of $10,000 and upwards per month. And even with them, to test new interests or a new ad, anything that's new to the Facebook algorithm and the ads I'm running, I always just start spending $5 per day per ad set, okay? I don't jump into anything crazy. I'll bump it up to like $20 per day if I see that it's working really well and my cost per purchase is like under $10 or something. Then I'll test out the $20 per day, but do not just leave it with what Facebook recommends for you. They want to obviously maximize their revenue generated. They do care about how you do in the ads, because they want to see you continue to come back and spend money through their platform. So that'll happen. Obviously, if you're making money, then you're going to spend money on Facebook ads and they're going to make money, then everyone's happy. But they will do these little tricks, these three in particular, and these three will just make Facebook more money and most likely won't make you any more money than you could have. if you don't do these things. And so now let's get into the do these things. Let's call it that. Do these things. Hold that for you too. Do these things. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just take it as this. It's kind of weird. Do these things. All right. Start your ads. I always start new ads. Start new ad sets. Actually, I should say. Start new ad sets at 6 a.m. for the next day. All right. That way, if you're running the ad, if you're starting the ad and you're working on it at 8 p.m., let's say it's a Friday at 8 p.m., and you're working on this ad, you're duplicating something, you find something that works, you're duplicating it, you're trying to test out a new little thing. Let's say you find that Camping World interest is working for you. You're getting pretty excited. You see the return on ad spends there. You're fucking hyped about it. And you go and duplicate it, and you see that the only sales are coming in through females in this Camping World interest. So you duplicate it, you go female in Camping World interest, and you just publish it right away for $5. You went from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. or 11:59 p.m. for $5. So within that 3 or 4 hour window there, Facebook's going to spend $5. That's more than $1 per hour, and they're not able to properly spend that. They're just going to spend it all at once. They're just going to kind of throw it out there and spend your $5 because that's essentially what you're asking them to do. You're saying $5 a day, and I'm starting it at 8 p.m. So basically, you're telling Facebook you want them to spend $5. Come 11:59, you want to have spent $5 on Facebook ads. That's not a good thing to do. You want to say to Facebook instead, I'm going to start this at 6 a.m. and I want you to appropriately spend that $5 from 6 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. the next day. Okay. And that's what they'll do. So just make sure you're starting new ad sets at 6 a.m. for the next day. Always. I always do this. Another thing, this is how I typically scale ads. If I see an ad set at $5 that's working, I will make that ad set $7 ad set for the winner. If this does well, then I'll make it 37. And as I'm making the budget $37 per day, I'm also making 3 ads within that $37 per day. All right, why do I do this? It's because if you're spending a lot of money per day on one ad set like $37 is, that's quite a bit for one day. You want to have 3 ads within that ad set so that you can find the pocket of the audience on Facebook or Instagram that is best for this ad, right? So if you're targeting Camping World, so you have Camping World here, this is the ad set, and then you have 3 ads coming off of the Camping World. This one might not do well, this one might not do well, but this one really hits home for whatever reason. That's how the algorithm works. Then you're just going to turn off the ones that didn't do well. So like I said, if these ones didn't do well, cut it, let this one run on its own, and just go from there, continue on from there. I found this to work really well again. And it's just something that, I manage by every day. With Facebook ads, I know you're a beginner. That's why you've watched it this far. What you want to do is every single day you want to follow a formula that has proven successful for you. Okay. So what I do, like I said, every single day, every single time I start a new ad set, doesn't matter if it's 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or 11 p.m., I start it the next day for 6 a.m. It's just something that I do. It helps me have processes, and when something doesn't work, then I know why it doesn't work, because I didn't follow my same strategy. So always repeat things that are being that are working for you. Essentially, just don't try new things. If shit's working, keep it working, and that's about it. Another thing to do: always use page posts. Always, this is a big one. Always use page post IDs. Look, you can see this. I don't know if you can. I pull up my notes. These are all page post IDs. These are all page post IDs. All page post IDs. All right. I keep these on file. If you can't see that because of the way I'm recording this, I just pulled up, the notes on my Mac, and I keep the companies that I do ads for to the side. I bullet list them all the names, company 1, company 2, company 3. And then within those notes, I save all the page post IDs from ads that I run, and I just save them in there so that if I'm creating a new ad, I just use that page post ID. And what this does, if you don't know already, is this carries over the likes, comments, and shares from that ad that you're running so that it can have those 100 likes, 1,000 likes, 10,000, 100,000 likes, a million video views, whatever it is, so that it gets social proof is one. Social proof is one, but it also carries over the same data that you've been building up from Facebook and from these ads that you're running. So if you've got 10 purchases on this ad already or 100 purchases already, it'll know better who to target that ad to because it's the same page post in which that resulted in you getting that sale from somebody clicking on your ad. Okay. Another thing to always do is if running a product ad, use shop now as the button. All right, I never use like get offer or view this, or I forget what they are. Shop now, see more is one, I think. View item maybe is one, and get offer I know is one. I just use shop now always as the button. It's clean, looks good, it's to the point. That's what I use. Okay, another thing, this might not fit, but another thing is when I do the ad copy, so that's basically like the sales wording, like the words that I use. So the wording could be like, hold up, we have a limited, you see those, when you see those TV ads, that's like, wait, we have a limited time offer for you. Stay now or call now and get 3 bundles of Dr. Ho's medical massager for just the low price of $15.99. But wait, we're going to throw in an extra free one. Like, that is something you should not be doing with Facebook ads. These stupid, like, wait, please, and like trying to get in people's faces way too hard. I don't believe in that stuff. All right. I'll never really run an ad that's like that. I think it's corny and it just doesn't work. The ads that I've seen the best return on investment from are ones that are just short and sweet. So if I have a new product line coming out for a company I'm working on, I'll make the ad something like this. This is something that works, like shop the drop with an emoji pointing up to the button or something. Or I'll say something like spring collection now available, so that they're like, oh shit, it wasn't available before, now it is. Cool. Now available online. And then another like emoji here. So let's just say this is an emoji here, or like an arrow to where to shop. Or if it's Facebook, I'll do an arrow down, and then I'll do like www. Whatever it is, my website.com, and I'll do something like shop now. Let's say this is an emoji. Always put emojis; they're pretty good. Don't overdo it though. That looks stupid. But yeah, do something like that straight up. That's like this. Let's say you're doing like a random product, like you're drop shipping something. Like this unique earring is now available on our site. Shop now link. Simple, right? You can do a couple other things, like you could say like limited edition or whatever. That's cool, but just don't make it look dumb. You can like really take if you really take a step back and you analyze what your ad would look like and what you would see someone like scrolling on their phone or scroll or looking on the computer seeing, and if it looks dumb in your opinion, then just don't run it. It's not worth you spending money trying it out. Make sure that you think that the ad looks cool and looks okay, and looks like something that would actually people would stop on and be like, I'm interested in this. And I don't think that this is like sketchy. If it looks sketchy, do not run it. Like, use common sense here. Um, what are some other things? I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head. I don't really have anything planned out, but um, beginner stuff that I would do. Do these as well. I'll say another thing that I often do is I'll say I'll often do must be connected to Wi-Fi. So that's an option that you can do in the ads. You can make sure that they're connected to Wi-Fi. Another one, I don't really do manual bidding. So just don't really like. I've made over $1 million for companies through Facebook ads, and I've never done that through manual bidding. So if that's something you think you need to learn right now, you don't. You're okay. Don't worry about it. Another one, do these. If ad set is working at $5, sometimes I'll just duplicate this 3 times and run at 6 a.m. the next day without changing anything. No harm in this. All right, one sec.